Alright, so here on the bench is a system, well, technically this is a system 4, which is for a Lucky 7, which is a system 3. We've also got the driver board here on the bench. The MPU that had came in, I actually swapped out. We had some alkaline corrosion that had kind of been cleaned up that needed to go back over. So it was just more economical to swap it out for one of the boards that I already had rehabbed. So we've got NV RAM installed here on the board. I did, however, have to reburn the IC14 just because we were having issues with that. Whenever I went into enter into diagnostics, it would not go into diagnostics, it would just crash. I added a blinking indicator here to the board as well. And we've got all the 0.156 headers swapped out. We've got a new power input filter capacitor and also a new crystal, and all the sockets have been redone with dual wipe sockets. Driver board, we've got a new female interconnect, all 0.156 headers here on this board as well. The 100 UF capacitor was actually soldered on top, which these traces actually go through the board, so I went ahead and desoldered that and put the legs through the through holes there. So the original PIAs that came in on this board were all AMIs. Typically what I would do is just pull them and re-socket them. Unfortunately, with a lot of these earlier Williams, the legs are actually sheared off on the bottom pretty close to the board, so whenever you pull those and you try to put them into a socket, they'll sit in there, but with the vibrations of the game and the legs being so short, it's just not a reliable thing. So I was able to harvest one there from the old MPU, but we've got 2 new PIAs here on the board. And I've also swapped out the resistors here in the switch matrix for 0 ohm jumpers. That way, if this board's ever put into a System 7, there's no issues, anything like that. And here in the lamp section, one of these resistors on the back side, the through hole was pulled off of the board, so I went ahead and just put a rivet in there. But we did have 3 TIP 42s that were pretty brittle there, where just even moving it, the legs had broken off. And I think that's it as far as the driver board, so let's go ahead and get this thing powered up. And since I have NV RAM installed there on the board, it's going to save all the settings. And with these early boards, there wasn't much as far as a lamp matrix, anything like that. And as you can see, the only coil that's on is the coin lockout. And let's go ahead and get this thing into test. So first, what we want to do is the bottom switch on the MPU, and you should see both of those LEDs on the MPU blink and go out, and then we press the coin door switch and we are in test. So we're going through the displays here first. And into the lamps, so all lamps. And over into the solenoids, so the 2 blue LEDs that you see come on, that is the flipper relay, which is there on the board. And so we're cycling through all of the solenoids. And I blinked and I missed 8, so we'll let that one go back through. And then the coin lockout will go out here and into the special solenoids. And go back through, because like I said, I missed solenoid 8 there. 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we are. Oh, and the special solenoids are also switch triggered, so those are all working correctly. And since we're right here, go ahead and show the coin lockout pulse. into the last test here, which is going to be switch test. So we're just going through testing both rows and columns, just testing diagonally through the matrix. And the last switch that we have here on Lucky 7 is switch 40. And so we are 100% good to go, and I'll let that sit off for a second so we can show again that the NVRAM is working correctly. And power back on. And as you can see, we're not booting into audits, we are right into the game mode. So we're 100%. Thank you so much.